we're going to be speaking about these screens here. We're going to talk about this, and this. We spoke about it on Reset on Friday. I spoke about it briefly, and I did like a quick update on what server population changed on the 5th of March, which was, well, a week ago, right? It's a big part of the game. There's obviously significant differences in populations amongst the servers, right? We don't know exact numbers, but we also don't know even what the threshold is for a server to be full or to be not full. And I was looking at all the information. Data is beautiful, let's be honest. And I was looking at all the data and I was like, I started thinking about it a bit more after the last couple of days, like maybe I could make some sort of YouTube content out of it. So I wrote some notes down and talking points because I was going to upload a short video of the population update and blah, 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 blah. But it would have been a trash 5-minute video and it would have been garbage, not even entertaining in the slightest. So I thought maybe we'd make a YouTube video with some actual talking in it and maybe a bit more thinking as well. There's not much content in the game at the moment as well. It's in tier 5. So we were talking about this the other day and I was saying about, like, I was giving people an update, but we didn't look at this on the screen. I was talking about it, saying what servers were for, what the changes were. So let's run down again with the changes. Let's make a quick note of whose populations changed. So because it's quite, I didn't really look at this in detail, but it's kind of insane that, look, for instance, look at Barrack Bay right now, very high. Last change May the 5th, 2019. Has anyone noticed that? Their population hasn't changed. Like, that is insane. That hasn't changed in years. Very high. That's because it's a Spanish server, I guess. It's the only Spanish server, so we could explain more about that later. We'll talk about more later, but it's the only Spanish server. So, change to Aurora Glade. They went to very high from high. This population evolution in the last 2 months says 4. Now, remember, all this data isn't accurate. It's not accurate because it's only people that are signed up with an account on this website, on guildwars2mists.com. So, but it's still data and it's still useful. Like, we can still gather a lot of information from this. And you have here Alona Reach. They went high to very high. Again, on March the 5th, 2024. There we go. FSP.
Shell just followed.
FSP very high, high to very high. You can see in the last 2 months, they've had 53 players join the server. But again, these numbers are a bit strange because I calculated all of this and I worked out there's 23 servers and 19 of them the population has gone up in terms of, you know, where the status says here, so it goes up here. So if it says medium to high, I calculated all of these. So 19 out of 23, the server population has gone up. So what does that mean, guys? What does that mean? 19 out of 23 servers have gone up population-wise. Does that mean that the game is popping off? Does that mean Wild vs. Wild is alive? And then I calculated all of these numbers, the population evolution in the last 2 months, and how many people have left and how many people have joined. For some reason, -8 people left but didn't go anywhere. So they got banned, guys. So we found out 8 people lost their accounts, maybe. Also, another one, which is really interesting, is Whiteside Ridge have lost 71 players in the last 2 months, but they're still full. So what is the threshold between very high and full? Like, you can lose an entire map worth of players and you can still be full. That's kind of crazy, isn't it? The threshold must be huge then for the population. So if the threshold's huge for the population, then if a server goes from medium to high, is that threshold the same as very high to full? If it is, then you're saying that Pyken had more than 70 players join them to go from medium to high. But then you look at this number and it says they've had no players join. So I don't really get this data. It doesn't make any sense, right? It doesn't really make sense. Like, how can you have no players join Pyken in the last 2 months, but their population, I mean, actually, well, of course, it's February 26th, 2024. But if this is last 2 months, then surely this would include before February. 2 months ago is January. So maybe people transferred at the beginning of Jan, maybe not at the end of it. And therefore it pushed it from medium to high on the February the 26th. But it is really interesting. Yeah, it's only people that have Guild Wars 2 Myths account. You're absolutely right. So, okay, so now look at the numbers in the last 2 months of people transferring. So you can see down, 20, 20, 53 to FSP. That's crazy. 53 people. 94 to Fort Rannick. That's insane. That's a lot of players in the last 2 months. And then where else? 95 to Vabi. So you can see here, Vabi and Fort Rannick having a huge influx of players in the last 2 months. Well, let's talk about it some more, boys. Kind of crazy. And you can see here, you can confirm here where people are going. Like Fort Rannick have had 117 players since January influx. And that's from like all over the place. And then you can see here, Vabi's the same. 120 people to Vabi. You can see a massive influx. And then FSP, 78 people. That's huge. Like even Vizuna, 46 players to Vizuna. 64 to Black Tide. 40 to SFR. What is making these people transfer? Right, we're going to go into detail about that. And then we're going to have a look at this. And to see if the matchups have any sort of influence on this. Now, this is the current matchup right now. So obviously, it's kind of hard to take this information and put it and apply it into what it makes sense, right? Into like the recent transfer moves, because obviously, but it will definitely affect it, right? Like, so for instance, you can see Vabi here straight away, 1.24 KD, 28,000 kills. Is that because of the population like increase, or were they already doing that before people started moving to Vabi? I think it's possibly people are moving to this server because it is a high performing server. It has a lot of kills. It has a good KDR. It has a lot of people playing the game, actively being, they're on Discord or they're communicating on Discord. You know, the community is thriving over there. I think that's what people are looking for when it comes to like playing MMOs, right? It's a lot of people are here for the community. And the same goes for if we look at the kills now. Like look, Black Tide, 22,000 kills. Again, 22,000 kills. We go back to this other screenshot here. They've gained 64. So, but then they lost 65. So Black Tide's kind of neutral then. Kind of neutral. So that, it doesn't really show then, does it? It doesn't really prove anything. Like, people left, people come, people go. But Black Tide are doing well. But is that because they're up against easier opponents? Realistically, what is their server KDR of all time? This is just a glimpse in a matchup, in a specific situation. But what if we could see the personal KDR ratio of a server all time, and it just calculate all the time? Like, is Black Tide a high performing server? I don't think so, right? So hence why people aren't staying there. And then you look at Fort Rannick, 1.63 KDR, 24,000 kills. You know, the second highest server in terms of kills. And what have we seen? Tons of people joining Fort Rannick. So there's definitely, it's a 100%. You know, that could be a reason why people are transferring to these servers, right? So that Pikered is not as full and active as BB at EU prime time. If you make KDR more relevant on matchups, how do you prevent server stacking? A server stacking already happens though. Like, it already happens. You're not going to control it because of, well, we're going into detail about that later. We'll talk about that later. But you have a good point. That is a good point. Someone could calculate how much gems people spend each relink on transfers. Yeah, I mean, the thing is you can convert gold to gems though, so how many people, okay, we'll talk about that in, okay, that's a good point as well. We'll talk about that later as well. That's a really good point. It's too easy to make gold nowadays to buy gems. You've got a point, but not everybody. You got to think about the new players. So we'll talk about that. That's a good point as well. Black Tide can fight better than Pyken, and Pyken PPT, like their lives depend on it, so it works well against the top tier stacked PPT first. CS and AR left Black Tide to join Ivy on Fort Rannick. Afterwards, Kazo went from Karash to BT. Yeah. The image we're looking at here, Vabi and Jade C. Okay, let's just go for Fort Rannick and Vizuna, right? Fort Rannick and Vizuna. We go to this one. So FR and Vizuna. So Vizuna's high, Fort Rannick's high. Okay, so high. Now look at Drakalake and Zagana. Drakalake full, Zagana medium. So that seems okay. That seems kind of balanced in population. But as I said before, 71 people left Whiteside Ridge and it's still full. So it could be that one server has 100 players more than the other. We just don't know the numbers. Also, it depends on playtime as well. That could be increased even more. It depended on when the prime time is of a certain server. Obviously, German servers, their time zones are different to UK or whatever, EU or whatever. So they play the game maybe earlier, 1 hour earlier, maybe. Yeah, like it's midnight in Germany, guys. So that will affect it as well. And then obviously it depends on, could be heavily influenced on the gameplay experience. Servers like with smaller population, or for instance like Barrack Bay, when they're fighting in our prime time, they're not really competing, right? I mean, they're not competing sometimes in their own prime time as well, but that's beyond the point. I'm trying to make a point here about the fact that frustration and imbalances in the population will determine the outcome of satisfaction in World vs. World, and potentially player retention. Like if you're a customer, you have a good experience, in customer service. You could be buying a product or whatever, and it could be expensive. There could be cheaper products elsewhere, but you may feel like you want to buy and spend the extra money because of the service that you receive. The product is the same wherever you go, right? If you go to this server, that server, the product's always the same. World vs. World is always the same product. You're not getting a different product. But the experience that you receive on that server will determine whether you play on that server and continue playing that server. Obviously, they could just create them out of thin air too. Create what out of thin air? When WSR had a link, it benefited from PBT Fest, and then the link brought now no link, and now it's just KDR winner. I mean, you're not in tier 5 at least. So everyone transfers to the server that wins in their playtime area, then complain why they get no one to fight. People that transfer are also more likely to play the game. Yeah, that's true, yeah. When WSR opened up for a week, October, November last year, after they tanked activity for a while, about 80 players joined, and after that, all other server population went down because WSR was so stacked. Yeah, do you think that is the case? Do you think that if a server becomes like populated, that they end up lowering the population threshold for all the other servers, even though no one left the server and it opened up? Really, it's just because that they want more people to join the other servers so they can compete against big. Do you think that happens? Do you think that, okay, listen to this, right? What happens if all of us transferred right now? Like say all of us and more. Imagine if 1,000. What about 1,000 of us transferred right now? Is there a stop on that? Can it be stopped? Or will it only be stopped when the population is updated on a Monday? Like, realistically, could we transfer right now? 1,000 people transfer to a server? Or is there something in-game that will stop them? Like, if we all did that right now, does anyone have any information on that? Because that would be really interesting to find out. How would they fix that if you did that? How would they fix that? If there was a no limit and they just basically... servers are opened and closed by hand. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Also, the other thing as well is population out of all of the servers, 19 of the servers out of 23 of population has gone up. We need to think about that as well. Why has it gone up? And is World vs. World alive? Is it growing? At first glance, I'm like memeing and saying World vs. World is alive, but is it though? Because my matchup doesn't feel that alive. And my matchup last week was the same, so it's not going to make any difference. Like, we're in tier 5, we're fighting against the same server every week. We can't get out of it. We hope that we PPT, or we hope that there is a reshuffle again after 2 months. But waiting 2 months to play the video game is just not good at all. If servers open to close by hand, that means 1,000 people could just transfer right now. We could all go to a server that's not full, and we could completely stack it hard stack it. They can stop people from transferring. Yeah, but what if we do it all at the same time? What are they going to do? Remove us? Give us a refund? Remove us? Like, and send us back to where we came from? Like, they've never done that. They've never ever done that. But then again, not a huge giant amount of people have ever transferred. But what if we just as a community, we just wanted to fuck the game. We just wanted to fuck the game hard. Like, there's a lot of people out there that aren't willing to play the game because of queues. And I know that's why that people wouldn't do that. I don't know. Boys, we've got to defend the realm. WSL became a toxic fest in chat and Discord, and people left it and gave it a month. Its pop will drop and get a link. Probably create fresh accounts infinitely. Yeah, you could. You could move all your accounts. NA during the seasons, everyone and their mother stacked on HOD, which was the medium server, and they got full and rolled everyone. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, you can literally just win easy if you did that, right? Because there's nothing stopping you from doing it. The only thing that's going to compete against you is other players, and it's highly unlikely that another group of players would do that for some weird reason. Even though gold is super easy to get in this game, people don't like transferring for some reason. But if you were a big group of players and you were literally having no content, dead matchup, then why not transfer? Why not transfer? It's trying to get everybody to transfer and do that is the hard part. Like, what if I said to everybody right now on my server, we're stuck in tier 5, boys. These matchups are dog shit. The content's trash. Let's just transfer. I've got fucking so much gold. Why is everyone stuck? Why are we still here, boys? Well, it's because of queues, right? And also because of this thing every 2 months where everything gets reshuffled again. So it's like, what's the point? But then again, gold is so easy to get. I can get like 1,000 gold within like no time at all. But as a new player, we'll talk about that later. We'll go into more detail. But queues, that's the biggest concern. And then we all know what happens. You get content on only one map. There's queues on every other map. If you're a guild, you can't raid. And if you decide to go Edge of the Mist to go fight another guild, you can't then, after fighting, screaming, you can't get back into Other Sword because there's queues. So, you know, the queue system does put people off. Yo, I'm getting so much XP from hitting those guys with the AC. Insane. Yeah, also, different population sizes may require servers to adapt, like, strategies. So, and also, it's mindset as well, a mindset thing. So, population can change depending on playstyles. Like, people attract people of the same mindset, right? So, like, foe, it's a dead server. So, if you go there now, you've got to be brain dead, right, guys? If you're a clown, you probably go Whiteside Ridge. If you love Stone Mist, you go Whiteside Ridge, right? If you're a pug and you just want to follow Commander, you go to a server where there's loads of Commanders, so you probably go Vabby. If you want to get Ultimate Dominator 22, you probably look at the fucking leaderboard and you go, holy shit, these guys have 8,000 kills. Oh shit, if I want to get my Ultimate Dominator 22, I need to join Vabby. But then you get there and there's fucking queues everywhere. Unlucky. So, you know, you've got to be careful with some of these strategies you decide to put upon yourself. But yeah, like, servers with smaller population need to focus on, like, guerrilla tactics. And there's a lot of fucking monkeys out there, let's be honest. Hit and run, strategic, logging off, you know, avoiding PvP. You know, that it's to compensate for their numerical IQ disadvantage. I mean, sorry. It's a bit toxic, guys. On the other hand, though, if you're on a stacked server, you may have to play like more aggressive to get content. 50-man Zerg, you're getting no fucking content, boys. Well, you have to go and fucking push into a keep, don't you? You have to go full aggressive, full assault tactic, right? So, playstyle defensive, playstyle aggressive. So it depends on what the population is, the size of it, and I guess the playstyle does come into it a bit as well. Some servers do have a playstyle. No commanders. You're more of a guerrilla, aren't you? Let's be honest. In the jungle. Okay, what else are we going to talk about? Oh god, the queues during HUD season was hilarious. 150 plus across all Borderlands all the time or something stupid. Oof. Yo, Tyke, what up? Tyke, do you want to play Illusions? Send me 300 gold. Okay, there you go. That's your pocket money. You mean like everyone that came to FR when it was already stacked? Yeah, exactly, yeah. Bring back outnumbered pips. Okay, they were saying this on this Indo's podcast thing yesterday about pips, and it's great. Like, not one new player is going, holy shit, I really love this fucking pip, dude. Oh my god, I love getting spawn camped, by the way, and getting one pushed, but god damn it, I've got this extra pip, and definitely going to stay logged in on the game. No. The rewards aren't going to incentivize new players to get farmed. No one's getting farmed for one pip, by the way. Like, they're talking about stuff that's completely irrelevant in the fucking video game. Like, the server population and matchups, they have to be fun. This is literally the goal of a video game. Has to be fun. No one's going, I like this fucking pip that I've got. Like, imagine thinking, like, that's going to stop someone from logging off when they're getting absolutely destroyed. There's no commander, and they're getting one push. They're outnumbered. Like that extra pip is fucking worthless. It's not the same mindset. It's winning versus losing. I said this yesterday in the chat, actually. It's not a mind state. It's the difference of winning and losing. True. You're fucking so right. I said this literally yesterday in the chat. You were obviously watching the stream and you took notes. The good old war chest that brought guilds in. Lol. Spawn camp. Yeah. The fuck IQ correlated with gameplay here. There are just people that are 60 plus playing WoW vs World. Okay. Well, some people are pretty smart. They play on, you know, play on a device that enables them to play even better. But, you know, it's a fucking casual game. No one said this is a competitive game mode. The only person that said this is competitive is either some random dude that has no idea about the game mode or ArenaNet, which also they don't have any clue about their own game. Because, well, one guy made this game and then he left the business. So, and they're just like, you know, just babysitting it. But they're not getting paid because you guys don't buy enough gems to transfer. Unlucky. No one wants to be farmed, and most people don't even like the farming because they get bored. Yeah, no one wants to W key the enemy, and no one wants to get W keyed because it's fucking pointless. It's very rare that you'll have a mindset of, fuck me, there's a challenge here, let's fucking go. But no. Here we go. Here's another thing. Like I said before, people are transferring to Vabi, people are transferring to Fort Ranting. Okay, so what's the other reasons that it could be? Okay, what about community, right? We spoke a little bit about community. So, if a server has smaller population, you might end up actually liking that. Some people like smaller communities because they like the attention. There's more likely that they get attention, or they just like being friendly and getting to know people better and working in small groups. Not everybody likes to Zerg, so you know that also can make a difference to population. Won't attract the majority. I would say the minority maybe likes to play like that. As you can see in roaming, if that was the case, you'd see more roaming. You don't. You see more Zergs, especially in EU. NA is saying that they don't have 50-man blobs in NA, but then I see Indo running around with 50. So I don't know, guys. I think that they're a little bit delusional. NA's a little bit delusional. Like, they're running around and, like, not one of them has a gun in their hand, bro. And I'm thinking, hold on a minute. You're from America, and none of your classes are playing guns? Like, what is this? I think NA's just clapped, honestly. I don't know what they're doing. Chef was on Indo's show yesterday as well, and he was spitting fire, but he was spitting facts, bro. But there was one guy, and he was talking absolute nonsense, bro. I don't know who he was, but he was fucking talking nonsense. He was high, or he's just a noob, man. I don't know what he was fucking talking about. But it was funny, though. And they're going to do this every Sunday. Indo's going to do this every Sunday and talk about, like, Wild vs. Wild and stuff. But he's going to get different people each week from different servers. So it will be interesting to see, like, the different points of view. But it'll be funny to see the different points of view that are wrong. Holy shit, so many people are wrong. But then again, I'm just one player. So if the majority decides that, well, something is a thing, then something is going to be a thing, I guess. And unfortunately, I'm just the middleman. I'm just the, you know, like my thing where I said, you know, the meta tier list that I did? That isn't the tier list that I want. That isn't the tier list that I think is meta. That's the tier list of you guys. You're all playing it. That's nothing to do with me, dude. I didn't say this is meta. All I'm doing is telling people what the fucking meta is because most people are playing it. I think that there's way more options in Wild vs. Wild when it comes to the meta, but we're not going to talk about that because, well, actually, some of it could be relevant to population because if people are playing a certain style, like, for instance, if I did a ranger raid right now, yeah, 50 rangers, do you think I would attract guardians to my server, or do you think I would attract rangers to my server? Which server should we go to make a ranger server only? That's the question. Anyone recruiting rangers? Yo, you pay for my transfer? Let's go, dude. Not my pet, just me. Yeah, I'll pay for my pet. Don't worry about that. I got the pet. Spitting bars? Yeah, spitting bars. True. Frenchies are the best. French cheese? You talking about? French cheese is the best. Yeah, it's pretty good. Bit of brie. Oof. I sent you 300 gold. What do I get in return? No, I'm joking. I don't want anything in return. I don't want your money, honey. I just want your love. Yes, my French, very good. Oui, oui. Okay, good. No. I cannot lose my pet. It's true. I can't lose my pet. Although, why am I shouting about my pet when I am an Azura Mesmer? I don't have a pet. That is a bit weird. You'd love to hear me on the table talk? Would be boring if everyone was right. We need a clown to keep it interesting. Oh. Am I the chosen clown? You see more Zergs cause ANET also incentivizes Zergs. You see more Zergs because ANET also incentivizes Zergs. Yeah, obviously people play for a bit of the loot. Obviously you don't get a lot of loot in Wild vs. Wild compared to some other ways. But there is a lot of currency in this game that you do get. People are playing Wild vs. Wild for a lot of reasons, though. There is a lot of reasons why they play, and there's a lot of different reasons that we could discuss. We go into that later, actually. We'll talk about that. It's a good point. Nudes, question mark. I don't know what you heard. I don't think I said, please perish, revive Barak. Barak needs you. You know, I've always memed and said, I'd love to go to Barak Bay. I would love to go to it. But the problem is that they play too late. So whenever I log on to the game, I'd be playing on my own. It wouldn't be any good. They deserve it. No regrets. We are going to talk about... All right, we're going to talk about some developer stuff as well. Like their interventions. So we were talking about earlier, is there a threshold? What is it? When it's in terms of how a server, when a server would go from medium to high, high to medium, very high to full, and so on and so on and so on. What dictates that? What's the threshold? And what interventions are there? Can we just transfer, all thousands and thousands of us, just transfer? What's stopping us? How would they intervene? How would they deal with that? Yo, we lost SM, big. We're also losing our keep. Like game developers, they may need to intervene, right? They have to, in fact. Not may, they have to. Priority number 1 to address the population imbalances in Wild vs. Wild. And this is the only talking point that anyone should be talking about when it comes to Wild vs. Wild. Okay, so right now, we were saying it earlier. You said it earlier. There's incentives for people to Zerg. You said that. Kitix, you said that. So does that mean that the devs are purposely incentivizing players to transfer to well, maybe not underpopulated, because they're not doing that, right? What's the word? They're adjusting populations. But then again, Vabi's full now. So if that was the case, then they would just have no cap on Vabi. And they'd just say, yo, all of you transfer to Vabi. We'll get loads of money from that, from gem purchases. So there's obviously, there is some integrity to their balancing system. But is it bulletproof? Like, no, it isn't, is it? Let's be honest. Ideally, we want them to incentivize players to transfer to underpopulated servers. So queues is obviously a factor. So that's good. The server merges and the linking system. That's one way that they're intervening with the population. They're breaking up communities. Either that's a good thing or a negative thing. You can decide on that. But with the people that are transferring all the time after they relink the servers and sort the population out, they can't keep on top of it, can they? It should be a thing. Should it be a thing that they lock it down after the repop for X amount of time? Like they were talking about it with alliances and wild restructuring and stuff, and there should be like a period of time where it's locked down. Why is that not in the game still? The game's since 2012, by the way. Why is it still a thing where we can transfer 2 months later, repop, relink, and then the day after, or the day, in fact, 2 minutes later, or whenever the game resets, people are transferring. Insta. And why are they doing that? I mean, there's loads of reasons, right? Can they not adjust the in-game mechanics? Is there anything in-game to level the playing field between servers and different sizes? That's another thing. Rather than just simply trying to incentivize transfers and people moving to populate and rebalance. Like, is there anything in-game? I mean, they've got stuff in-game, like, what? Nothing. There is nothing, is there? Okay, there's siege. Why are we not using siege in this tower? Explain to me that, chat. Why is there no siege in this tower? Why? Why no siege? Like, we're not outnumbered, right? We're not outnumbered. We've got a fucking queue here, 30-man queue. Why are we... First of all, why is it we're losing, to be honest? Why are we losing the tower? Why are they even inside? That makes no sense. Why is there no siege here, dude? No siege. Is it because we're too good at the game? We don't even need siege, boys? Is that what it is? Yo, should I contribute to the fight? Should I contribute to the fight, boys? Okay, I'm going in. Wish me luck. Okay, I'm aggroing enemies. Okay, so we didn't use any siege and we won. Now imagine if we had siege here. How much fun would it be for the enemies? How much fun do you think that'd be? Like, insane. But yeah, can they adjust any in-game mechanics to help the underpopulated servers? This is a big talking point. This could determine population and how a server plays, and it goes back to what I was saying about playstyle and stuff. And if people like to spam ACs and they're like a very casual gamer, maybe they like going to a server that's just an AC server. Maybe that's why the servers that love ACs is because it attracts players that love ACs, and so they use more ACs. Maybe we don't need ACs anymore though. Maybe ACs don't even work anymore either, because we just take it out with either in-game exploits like the warrior staff auto attack bug, or oh yeah, it could be rangers taking out siege, like you said, Sven. I don't like that they're mixing different languages for EU. Yeah, that is a good point. Yeah, we'll talk about that as well. That's a good point you make. Yeah, we'll talk about that. Trying to buff lords when you're outnumbered. Yes! See, now that is interesting. So in-game mechanic is coming to the game. They didn't announce when. They said it's in the pipeline. But they're looking to introduce healing to all the lord and tower lords and stuff. I don't know if it's all of the towers. But the keeps and SM and stuff. For sure, but maybe the towers as well. But there's going to be a mechanic that the Lord will heal allies and maybe itself as well. If you don't break a bar, I'm assuming, the break bar, which at the moment people don't give a fuck about the break bar. They just DPS it. No one bothers with it. But maybe it will be a big thing to delay the enemy. We don't know what type of heals it's going to be. Like, we haven't got the numbers, but this could help smaller groups. But if it's completely boring and broken to fight against, then and not fun and engaging, then the larger groups won't bother to attack and they'll just log off the game, right? So we have to see how those play. But I don't think it's going to have a good enough impact to make the game fun. I don't think so. It's either going to be broken or it's going to be worthless. It's going to be just a hurdle that you're going to jump over. It's just you know, another maybe 10 seconds, maybe a minute on top of you capping that objective. Like if you're organized versus randoms, because of the current meta and how it plays, well, it doesn't matter. You know, the thing that's killing these players is the lack of organization. That Lord is not going to help them organize. It's going to heal them up, but it's not going to force them to dodge. It's not going to force them to use a certain build. It's not going to force them to use a voice. It's not going to get them to tag up. You know, that is the problem. And the only way to grow these smaller communities is to either for them to perform, or them to proactively recruit somehow outside of the game, which is never going to happen. Inside the game, never going to happen, because you're going to every 2 months you're going to get relinks, and you might not even have a link. Also, people don't even want to transfer probably, like to some random server, because, well, they're casual. So, look at Nova. He's willing to train new pugs, but his server is full. How do you build community on a full server? Well, you take your community and you got to go elsewhere. But unfortunately, you got to fucking find a perfect place. And I spoke about this on the stream before. And it happens a lot throughout the history of War vs. Wild. A guild will transfer to a dead server because there's no queues. And they can recruit people, and people then can join the server and join their guild, right? But the chances of that happening is very, very small. And if they're performing, yes, it might happen. But most small guilds aren't going to be performing because they're desperate for players. They invite the lower standard of players. They lower their bar. Therefore, they don't attract good players. Then they suffer performance-wise. The progression for the guild is slow because the players are casual. And also the server they might be on that's dead, they're not going to really recruit many good players either, because most of the good players will flock to the higher pop servers or the better performing servers. So it's a vicious circle. That guild will end up probably disbanding or trying to leech off of maybe other open tags. And if you're in a guild, well, I want a guild raid. I don't want to open tag and leech from an open tag while being in a guild. But some people may be like that, but me, I mean, I'm not American, but I know a lot of Americans, they love that shit. They love hand-holding with other guilds. See, when I join a guild, I like to fight with the guild. I don't want to hand-hold. But, I mean, if you're getting pushed by 50 and you're 30 and you can't kill the 50 man, well, you either get good or you take the challenge, or I guess you hand-hold, right? There's options. No, attacking better than defending. Attacking better than defending? What do you mean? Alandrox. What do you mean? In terms of it's more enjoyable, or it's more favorable, or it's less boring. I don't know what you mean by that, but I mean, yeah, depends on which side of the coin you are. Yeah, boys, I looked at my account and I've only got 560,000 kills on this account. This is my alt account, boys. Like only 560 I'm only Ultimate Dominator 2, boys. Will you still watch my stream? You left. Oh, shit, you left. Soon I'm going to have more kills on this account than my main account. Just you wait, dude. Just you wait. Oh, I smacked my microphone. Yo, is break time over? Are we back, boys? I think we're back. Anyway, we're talking about stuff you missed out. You should have subscribed. Unlucky. Ross used to be a dead server once upon a time until we all migrated there. Yeah, Ross is dead again, though, isn't it? It's just, it's only left of... Okay, what's left on Ross, guys? Teapot and his simps. The Simpsons, I guess. I'm pretty sure, but I could be wrong. If anyone from Ross can confirm or deny. Defending is better than attacking. You have to walk less and you get buffs while defending. Yeah, defending is way easier. But it depends on the size of your Zerg and how capable your Zerg is, or if you even have a Zerg. If you have like 10 people defending against 50, it can be a bit of a struggle. Impossible. And therefore kind of pointless and boring. So it just depends. It's better, but not fun. If you can win in objectives, it's way better and more fun. I don't know about that. I'm not too sure about that. Farming in keeps versus randoms. I mean, it's bags. I don't know about fun, though. I prefer challenging fights. Like yesterday, we did some GVG on the show. The fights were very, very close, back and forward. The scoreline, you know, was very, very close. I enjoyed the fights, winning and losing. I don't think I would enjoy... Like, if you enjoy that, that's fine. You're allowed to say that. That's absolutely fine. You're allowed your opinion. I don't have to agree with you. I'm glad that you do share your opinion with me, because that's the whole idea of this fucking point of streaming, right? For people to share their opinions. And sometimes the opinions may rub off on you the right way or the wrong way, or you may agree and you may not. But it is interesting to hear you say that. But it's different point. Like, I played this game for a long time. Yeah, it is what it is. Veterans will think differently to newer players, or maybe, you know, people have different tastes, man. They don't have to literally have different tastes. Maybe it's not even experience related. It's just you prefer that way to play. You're getting rewarded. It is harder, maybe, than not attacking and just AFKing. And it's better than nothing. So just bring back the wall repair meta. Give everyone 10k gold check and call it a day. I don't know about that, man. The wall repair meta was a bit cringe. Again, really good for newer players. Pointless for experienced players. I don't need Grandmaster marks. I don't need them, dude. In fact, in my bank, I have a fucking 4 stacks of them, bro. Like, I do not need them. They are worthless. I have all legendaries almost. Unless they bring in legendary accessories that I can farm in WoW as well. All the currency in WoW as well is kind of trash for me. But for new players, 100% I agree. The wall repair meta was insane for the casual gamers. They could rank up. They could unlock all of their abilities really super fast. You know, they can get their Grandmaster marks very faster, which means better gear. They can unlock that extra 12% damage buff from Ascended instead of Exotic or whatever. Or they can then maybe unlock their legendary gear, and then now they can, you know, change their build on the fly and be adaptable, flexible, and overall a better player for the game. Once upon a time, Yak Ben used to be a defensive heavy server. I mean, there are servers like that. I mean, if you're losing and you know you're going to lose, you're going to prepare defenses. If it's like, if you get pushed and you've got no siege in your tower, it's probably because of 2 reasons. Well, 1, your server doesn't really care about losing objectives and PBT. 2, you're getting double teamed maybe. And because you're the aggressor and you're usually the winner and you're the stronger server, you don't really think about siege. Also, people don't want to use siege because, well, sometimes people don't like that gameplay. They don't think it's boring. But, I mean, it is what it is. It's part of the game. How many ACs are hitting us right now? Fucking lots of them. Are we able to sustain this? No, probably not. We're probably going to die here. Give the enemy some morale, they say. Balance the population, they say. Where is Cantha Jade technology in WoW as well? We need empowered Arrowcart Jade blueprints. Oh, no. They do not need to buff Siege Black Magic. No, no, no. They used to drop Siege up everything and knew how to defend. I mean, with the Boon Ball meta now, perma protection, Giga heals. They did nerf healing a little bit, but still, there's not many DPS in squads these days. So, and then the hand res meta, all the buffs to resing, Chronomancer, or support Mesmer in general. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, Siege is kind of been nerfed indirectly. Bet they make it a tactic. When is this Talk podcast? What, the Indo podcast? Every Sunday on Indo's channel. Indomir on Twitch. You die in 1 second, the heal from the Lord will be so useful. But we have to see. Yeah. Supports broke the game. No, supports didn't break the game. No. The balance team broke the game. I mean, you say it's broken, but I bet you loads of people like this meta because, well, stacking still, spamming skills, pretty casual. What are the gamers playing this game? Well, mindset is pretty casual. Worst case, we see more Rams on Lord. Oh, no, dude. I mean, that is another strategy that people don't talk about. 50-man Zerg AFKing in a choke point with Siege, with a Ram on the Lord, and now you give the Lord heals as well on top of that. Oh, you're making it even harder and even more toxic. People will not want to fight that, and they'll rather log off. Unfortunately, some people like to play the game and make it boring for others. But this is, don't hate the player, hate the game. We all have those moments where we fucking hate it, and we have to remember, it's in the game. If it's in the game, you just got to use it, right? Like, you can't blame people. Like, as a community, yeah, sure, you might be able to do something like we do in GVG, where we decide what we're going to play and what we're going to cap and what we're going to limit. And you saw what happened yesterday on the GVG. Like, people didn't like the Scourge transfusion and then Signet res that we were doing, so we stopped doing it. Then they brought ranged DPS and ranged strips, and now what is it? Now it's a different type of cancer. But then there's perma reveal that you can do. There's perma stealth, But if you're perma revealed, the target's always revealed. Everyone else might get the stealth, but the target's perma revealed. So is that fun for the guy being perma target? Not really. But does it give me something to do in the video game? Yes, I'm supporting him. I've got to keep them alive. Is that enjoyable? Well, yeah, if we keep our target alive and the enemy doesn't, we win. Hey. And then there's obviously the finishing side of it as well. You can create downs, but can you finish them? Is that fun? Is it fun to see the enemy simply hand res the player in Uganda or on top of you because, well, you can't cleave him and they hand res instantly? Like, is that fun? Look at GVG and look at the health of it. How many GVG guilds are we fighting every week? We're fighting the same one guild because there's no competition. No competition. There's not one guild out there or two guilds out there that compete against us. And also the meta is, well, the meta is what it is. So there's another reason. No incentive to get better at the game and no incentive to win because no rewards. And the meta is boring. I mean, how is that going to make a healthy game, right? So we're talking about Wild vs. Wild here, but in general, we're talking about PvP, let's be honest. Like, it all adds up. It all makes sense regardless. PvP, Wild vs. Wild, GVG, it's all the same. Int and die, no heal, Clown and Cloud. Get like 250 regen for like 5 seconds. Do you think it'll just be like a ticking health thing? Or do you think it'll be a burst heal? I wonder. Loads do an AoE siege disabler around themselves. Easy fix. Oh, Lords do an AoE siege disabler around them. If that was a case, then they could put something on a Lord, a buff where you can't put siege near your own Lord. Plus Y transfer when there is alliances around the corner. Okay, good one, Mail. Yeah, good one. Mail me gold is a troll, guys. Look, he's trolling. Ain't it best company 2024? Okay, Bandern. All right, buddy. Okay. Guards throw and build their own counter cannons and valleys. What the fuck? Guards start building. I said this once on the stream. Like the NPCs, you can just recruit them, man. Just right click, join squad, or invite to squad. Henchmen at spawn, like Guild Wars 1. Is that the solution? An in-game mechanic that can help balance the population? We go back to this, what we're talking about, because we kind of left the train tracks and we jumped into a plane and I don't know where the fuck we are now. Houston, this is your captain speaking. We have a problem. For me, it's way more fun to fight for objectives than defend the objective. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. For me, the fun in this game is many different things. But taking a tower from the enemy is not one of them. I don't feel satisfied when I take an objective from a tower or from the enemy. I feel like either they're bad at the game and you're stealing candy from a baby, or the enemy's asleep, or the enemy's at work and I'm unemployed and I'm cheesing the game mode. That's how I can totally understand your TTS off. Yeah, TTS is off because I'm trying to do stuff here and I don't want to get distracted. I'm already distracting myself enough, okay? You can refund yourself. Yeah, that's true. You can refund yourself. This guy's abusing the system, guys. But, I mean, it's in the game. Don't hate the player. Hate the game, dude. It's mod powers, man. I love open field fights, but I have to sit on an arrow cart to defend. Hold on a minute. You like open field fights, but you're sitting on an arrow cart in open field? That's pretty toxic, man. Guys, if you see a guy in open field and he's just sitting there on an arrow cart, it's that Alandrew Rocks guy. He just has to. He loves to defend the green grass. Adverts are pretty annoying, especially when you're trying to make a YouTube video and get some discussion going. But I have bills to pay. Feel free to support the stream with Twitch Prime or any tier subscription. This will remove the adverts and also make me smile. I really appreciate it. Also, thank you for all the subs on YouTube, everybody. We're nearly at 1,000 subs. Yo, I uploaded an Elden Ring clip. It got 7,000 views, boys. I'm going to start streaming Elden Ring from now on. You guys don't watch my clips on YouTube for Guild Wars 2 content. I'm going elsewhere. Maybe Elden Ring players will show some love and they'll subscribe. That is weird, though, how a game like that, right? I don't even stream, and I can just upload a random clip from a game that I just played for like a couple of hours for the first time. And the clip wasn't even that good. Let's be honest. And it got like 90 likes on it, bro. 90 fucking likes. 7,000 views. It's like got a 90% like ratio. 7,000. It's the most popular clip that I've ever had on YouTube. And it's the first Elden Ring clip I've ever put on there. So I guess it's the algorithm. I guess future Elden Ring clips probably won't be that high. Maybe. Maybe YouTube are like, oh, he's playing a new game. Let's see how well he does with the YouTube people. I mean, it has a lot of likes, so it should help anyway. But yeah, also I appreciate all the likes to the videos for the Guild Wars 2 content and all the comments in the chat. Like I said, that video, the recent video that I posted, Chronomancer Rifle Friendly Fire build. If I get 100 likes on the video, anybody that made a comment in the chat will be entered into a giveaway, and I'll be giving away some stuff. You like open field, but most of the time fights start objectives, and there I like attacking more. I like Overwatch Sentry gaming. Who likes Overwatch Sentry game? To try and invest into server communities at this point would need WoW as well to do some forms of overhaul changes. What do you mean by that? Build golems to take it back. Nopers. Siege also is a DPS loss for a good player. Actually true. Yep, actually true. I mean, it doesn't bring spike damage, but it is good damage over time, and it can put a lot of pressure on the supports. And if they have no supports, it's an easy win. And most people are casual and they don't have support, so yeah, Siege is always going to be very, very strong versus the enemy in this game, because the enemy is always casual. But versus a good group, Siege doesn't really have too much of an effect. But if it's a 50-man group plus Siege, then obviously it's an absolute nightmare. Like we saw on Fights versus Draka Lake, they were losing in open field. They went to bunker in their tower. They had many ACs. They have the respawn advantage with the positioning of their waypoint closer to them than our waypoint was closer to than us, than ours was to us, and they win the fight. Comp issue? Was it a commander issue? Maybe, but realistically, it was the fact that they had a lot of players and AC. Some players that are playing DPS are actually worthless, and it's better for them to just have an AC. That is pretty embarrassing stuff, but it is true. Loads of people like this meta, yeah. Like I said, dude, maybe people like it. Legendary Golem with a legendary skin with a jetpack, make it happen. Well, we're going to talk about more of that, Kytix, because that is a fucking amazing point as well. That is a really good point. How can ANET... Okay, so if they got rid of transfer, right, and because it's not working, clearly, for the benefit of the game mode being more enjoyable, how are they going to recoup the money that they need to then... imagine they use our gems and that we buy in WoW vs World to reinvest in WoW vs World, to reinvest in their product. How do they get money out of us? Well, like you literally just said it, legendary golem with a legendary skin, like skins in the game. I don't know why they haven't done that, dude. I don't know why they've done. Like it's so obvious that like they don't even need to make them gems skins. They could make them actual money skins. Like you have that in other games. Some you can use in-game currency. Some you have to use your actual fucking wallet, bro. Your actual money. Like, you could be skins. A skin unlock for a keep that you own. For Siege that you know, more mount skins. Maybe like some crazy skins for weapons. Who knows, dude? They could do so much. Like, there's other things that they can do. A battle pass. Does anyone want to see a battle pass in WoW vs World? The biggest problem in WoW vs World right now is alt accounts and bandwagoning. Yes, Hellbound. True. But how will they stop that? And would they stop that? And why would they stop? Alt accounts are an issue if they are taken into consideration people that use alt accounts as a player in that world or shard or whatever you want to call it. And therefore, how many players have alt accounts and how many people are actually making some impact to a server that they're using that alt account on in terms of the status of that server. I don't think it's that big of a problem, the alts. I don't think so. But the bandwagoning to high performing or maybe farming servers or more PvP servers like is an issue for sure. And I agree, the bandwagoning is an issue, and it has been an issue for a long time. But there are obviously positives about it, and there's obviously negatives about it, and it could be a detriment to, it could be short-term, short-lived content. It could be, you know, could be queues, could be no enemies, and yeah, and eventually you have to transfer again. But like I said, it's not that expensive to transfer. But we'll talk about more about transferring, and the sort of the costs and whether people would do it or not, depending on who they are. Legendary blueprints, imagine, yeah. I'm surprised ANET hasn't done legendary blueprints or something along those lines. Airdrop char assault tank. Oh, what the fuck? What, like Helldivers 2? You drop the mech in, bro? You can call in like some crazy shit. Yeah, that'd be pretty good. We know EBG is going to be content today because I'll tell you why. Because none of these groups of players want to get farmed on Borderland. All these groups will get farmed because we'll have the ability to stack a 50-man versus them, and we'll just farm them. So they come EBG and they hope that we can't get a group in the map that's big enough to compete against them. But unfortunately, they're getting destroyed, and then they'll realize, and then they'll pretend that they're a Borderlands server again. SM Lord, yeah, SM Lord, boys. You took too long to kill Dawn, bro. Also, why didn't you kill the group on the inner first, then the group on the outer? Kind of makes no sense. You're going to kill the people on the outside rather than the inside, like. You're losing SM. I mean, I guess it's paper, right? So you can always flip it back. Also, why even have SM? Let it flip, dude. More content. True. Holy crap, how far behind in chat are you? That was like 30 minutes ago. Yeah, well, the chat's popping off, have you know? Chat's popping off, mate. Like, chat's alive. It's not my fucking fault. If you guys stop fucking typing, then I wouldn't have to read it. But do I want that, dude? No, I asked you to come here and type. I asked you to come here and be involved in the discussion. That's what the discussion's about. Get airship airstrikes like in Helldivers 2. Oh, no, that we have an airship already. Yo, if anyone doesn't know what I'm doing right now, yeah, neither do I. Welcome to the shit show. Anyway, chat, are you popping off still? How many more comments do I need to read? If I sit here and read all the comments, it's going to be a long-ass stream. But I kind of do need to stream some hours, so. Not gonna lie, NPC that roam around and build siege would kind of help new players and show them what to do, like the spawn commander event. Yeah, true. I don't know about that though. No, sorry, came out wrong. I don't like open field arrow cards. I like I like open field fights, but I hate defending and then arming arrow. Taylor Sloth, go where, bro? Siege skins during Winter's Day? Yeah, Winter's Day, once a year. Henry's door handle. Why are you spamming? What's this link, bro? What's this link? I'm not clicking on that link. You're coming. I was at the TP. Wait, you're not even playing heal though. What are you gonna do? Also, Tempest healer, a Megalos. Ellie, a Megalos. Anyone playing healer class? Playing Tempest? Huh? Lol. Imagine not playing a alpha spec. Like heal Vindicator. No, but it's better than nothing, chat, so don't be ungrateful. If you get a support in your fucking party, bro, and he's playing support fucking Berserker Warrior, you better love that shit. You better suck his fucking staff. Or hers staff. Maybe she's got a staff. Let's not discriminate. Wobbly knee. Your TTS unlucky is off, bro. WSR open finally. ANET must be lacking revenue in this month. 1 week gems will be pumping. WSR is very dull to play on unless you are a PV hero like Vendel. What the fuck? Oh shit. He has 1 million kills, I'll have you know. In WoW as well, not in PV. He's a god of WoW as well. You're just jealous of him. True. Mag is actually open on NA2. Actual dead server. What the fuck? Callus is the best healer for the cloud. Oh, I did not know that. Now I'm learning. So what else were we talking about? Oh yeah, we're talking about mechanics. That's what we're talking about. To level the playing field between servers of different sizes. And to avoid unintended consequences, they might need to obviously intervene. Yeah, it's disrupting the player experience overall. We were talking about earlier the thresholds. How can Whiteside Ridge lose 71 players in a 2-month period and the population status is still full? How is it possible that a server can be from medium to high? Like, how many players is that then? That must be insane, right? They must be within the threshold. What is the threshold? This could mean that even with the loss of those players, the server's population remains high enough to be classified as full based on the game's criteria. What is the criteria, guys? Like, what is it? How does it... What's the criteria, bro? Any Wild vs. Wild dev could let me know. Just give him a call, guys, on... I mean, they're not going to tell us what the ArenaNet dev is, his name, or his address, or his phone number, guys, because you'd fucking prank call him, wouldn't you? So, to keep him, safe, let's not dox him, guys, but let's say Bob. Bob, can you use, like, an alt account and just say, a dev told you this is the number? Like, don't dox yourself, bro. But just give us the information. Okay, so what's the threshold set by the game developers? Is it based on number of active players? Is it average concurrent players? Or is there like another metric that we don't know about? Like, is it based on performance of the server? Like, oh shit, the server lost Stone missed 60 times this week. They need more players because they're doing bad. Like, what is the metrics, bro? I have no idea. I mean, obviously, populations can fluctuate over time due to various factors, right? Player activity, seasonal trends, or in-game events. Over 2 months, like, losing 71 players might not sound crazy, but I don't know. Is it crazy? 70 players, that's a whole map. You're saying that a whole map can leave Whiteside Ridge and it not be... and it doesn't make sense. 2 months might be considered within the normal range of population changes, or what's the word? Fluctuation for the server, especially if there are other factors like contributing to player recruitment or retention, like I said, events, seasonal trends, and we'll discuss about those in a bit. Data lag or inaccuracy from this website. Is it accurate? Is it reflecting real-time changes, or is it captured accurately? Well, obviously not, because not everybody is on that website, like I said before. But still, this information should be enough to gather the basics of how the population is been affected by certain things. I don't know, without more detailed information about like the specifics, I don't know. It can't really explain the unexplained. It's like I'm fucking on X-Files, boys. I'm Mulder, and I'm looking at Scully, and she's like, Mulder, what the fuck are you doing, bruv? Get a life. Contribute to the situation in a positive way, guys. That's what she would say. How do we do that? Well, we tell it how it is, either way. And if it's positive, that's for you to decide. I don't really care. What could be the threshold for full status? Can we discuss? 70 players is nothing, you say. Nothing. Dude. What? Whiteside Ridge just opened. Refresh the page. It's Monday. Holy shit, boys. What the fuck? Okay, so some big changes, boys. Some big changes. Aurora Glade from very high to high. What the fuck? Disbanded, boys. Disbanded. Unlucky. What else? Very high to high. Ilona Reach. Disbanded. That's 2 disbanded. Damn. Very high to high. That's 3 disbanded, boys. Ooh. 3 disbands, boys. And then we've got Vizuna. High to medium. Another disband. And then full to very... Another disband. So, you know what I was saying earlier? That 19 out of 23 servers have seen an increase in population. Well, 5 of those just went down, boys. Just 5 of those just went down. So that's 14 out of 23 now. That is a big change. There's a big change. Do you know why that is, boys? Do you know what that is? I'm pretty sure it's because there's no more events in Wild vs. Wild. I'm pretty sure it's based on events. I'm 100% sure. It's because of the player base and how the game works. The matchup is boring. They're not going to log in. There's no rewards. They're not going to log in. There's no, they got their stuff done already. They got their weekly done. Like, think about all the things in the game that are reasons for people to log in. And if they've done it already, or if it's not there, they don't log in. So these statuses are based on not numbers of players on a server. It's to do with activity. It's got to be. Has to be. Like, why would it be anything else? So, WSR is still active, boys. They lost 70 players. How can they still be full? Well, as you see now, boys, it's opened up. So, what was the threshold? We'll never know because we don't have the data. But was it over 100 players left, Whiteside Ridge, for it to be finally open? Doesn't capture accurately based on activity per time zone as well. Oh, 5 EU server just went down in population? Yeah. There we go, boys. This is why I wanted to kind of do this whole discussion today, because it's going to be a Monday, right? So, and it's when they update the population. So it's a good idea to do it now. And yeah, it's 7:15 in the afternoon, so it's finally been updated. Average concurrent players. The game developers may use data based on this over a specific period and to determine the status of the server, right? And that's what we're looking at right now, to be honest. Once the average exceeds the threshold, the server will change population, either go up, go down. So yeah, active player base. Another criteria would be like I said, it has to be active, right? It's not going to count some guy that's on a server that doesn't log in. Like, it would be dumb to include this person, right? So has to be active. Do you think that ANET should look at the KDR ratio of servers, and if they're like super high, they should lock them, and if they're super low, they should raise it so people can transfer? Or status in a leaderboard, like where they are. Like tier 5 server, they see this tier 5 server and it's always stuck in tier 5. Do you think they should open it up? I mean, we're literally high anyway, right? So, like, we're literally high already, right? So, how can that make a difference? It clearly doesn't, right? People are transferring for a different reason. Imagine being outside of the squad and surviving, bro. This is the state of the game, bro. Like, you can literally just play a random fucking build, bro, and stay alive. You don't need to join voice. You don't need to join a guild. You don't need to join a fucking a tag. Like, I'm literally outside of the squad, and I'm gaming, boys. I'm giving boons. I'm getting loot. Rewards for support is now better than rewards for DPS. I'm tagging the bags because I'm giving you boons, and everyone I give boons to, 5 people I give them to, you're hitting them for me, dude. Easy clappers. Game's casual. Everyone's having a great time. But anyway, game developers ultimately decide on the threshold. We don't know what they are. I don't know what else to discuss really around this point. But yeah, game updates and expansions, like an increase in server populations could be correlated with significant game updates. Well, what did we just get, boys? What did we just get? I mean, players might be returning to the game to explore the new content. And we've had a little bit of that, haven't we? Just a little bit. New patches, events, new features, community growth and engagement. That could increase activity. Certain players start coming back to the game. They start tagging up. More people know that there's a tag. People log in. People being engaged, joining Discord. They know when a tag's going to be coming because they're on Discord. People streaming. Could be Twitch. You know, Twitch drops. People watching streams. People seeing people activity. Levels arise. Monkey see, monkey do, all that shit. This is a positive. Could be a positive. Could be a negative. Could be short-lived. Could be trash tier data. Like people for Twitch drops, they come into your stream, they watch for the Twitch drops, or they don't even watch, and then they leave. Yeah, it might show more people in the category watching Guild Wars 2, and everyone might say, wow, Guild Wars 2 is popping off. No, it isn't, because they're not actually real people that will contribute to the category. They're only here just for the Twitch drops, and you're not getting anything, no one's getting anything out of it other than some dog shit anyway. So, and it's funny that people actually come to the stream and watch streams for this, but I guess it could be new players. That could be a pro, I guess. Could be a new player. That new player needs that, I don't know, whatever, transmutation stone, dude. Dude, I wonder if anyone's buying transmutation stones off the gem store. Is that still on the gem store? That's such a scam, dude. They need to get rid of that. A rising server population across the majority of servers suggests the community is thriving, growing, becoming more active. It could indicate success. And anyway, and if there's more of a community, this like MMOs in general, like community driven, aren't they? Let's be honest. Let's be real here. Like, social interaction within the game is a strong talking point and a strong point of why people log in. Players are engaging, interested in new content and socializing and stuff, having some fun. Generally a healthy indicator of the game's appeal and ability to further grow, I guess. Look at the rise of the servers Vabby and Fort Rannick, boys. Look at the rise of Ross when it was thriving. Like, when I was on it, it was popping off, boys. We had tags every day, 50-man squads every day. Discord was active, people commenting. Voice was active. We had content. We weren't always winning, weren't always losing, so we had content. Enemy wasn't dodging most of the time. It was a good server to be on, honestly. It was a good server, good time. Now that the population's been updated, is that not 19 out of 23? It's 14 out of 23. could indicate several things, right? Competitive dynamics in a competitive environment, sure, but I don't think this game's competitive, so I'm not too sure about that. Like, is it people transferring to then be able to fight specific servers because they want to fight against the best and compete against the best? If that was the case, then why is no one on my server transferring to fight the best? Well, they do. I mean, but just not in Wild vs. Wild, because why don't they do it? That is a good question, though. Why don't they do it? I mean, you go edge of the mist to fight the people. You lose a few fights, people log off. You win a few fights, enemy logs off. Fights are over in a few minutes. You try to go back into Wild vs. Wild. Unlucky. Queues. Or you try to go back to Wild vs. Or you don't bother. You just log off because there's no content in Wild vs. Wild. But, like, how do we look at the competitive scene and say it's competitive when it's not? Like, it's not, is it? Who's good right now to fight? Who do we want to fight? Like Vabi, pretty much, right? Vabi's the only server who's popping off. As a player on Fort Rannick, that's the only server. So you have one server out of 22 servers to fight, and only one you can fight that's going to give you good content. Is that a competitive game mode? No, it isn't. It isn't. Is there rewards? No, there isn't. So yeah, competitive dynamics aren't really going to affect the reason why population changes. I don't think it's a non-factor. But declining populations on some servers could signal challenges with the game mode being not balanced. People getting farmed, they want to leave the server. You know, that could be, and that could be because the server they're on is not competitive enough. So there could be some competition on some servers. I'm just telling you my point of view on a server that I'm on. But my view is completely different to a next person or you in chat, because you're on a different server and it's completely different. You're a product of your own environment. There's not much food in the jungle, and we have more and more people coming to the jungle to feast upon. There's just carcasses, boys. Some bones you can suck on. But yeah, I said about Twitch drops earlier. Seasonal or event-driven factors like population changes can be influenced by these trends, in-game events, resulting in population spiking across the board. Understanding the timing and the context, though, of these events can provide the insights on if it's good for the game, like, or if it's just, oh, some guy at ArenaNet is like, yo, I wanna move and I don't want to work here anymore. But what I'll do is, before I leave, I'll put something in the game and pretend that the game increased dramatically. I was in charge of an event for Guild Wars 2, and the player base increased 20% during the event. It was a great success. What can you bring to the company? Like, yeah, okay, buddy, good one. Like, you made no difference, by the way. Maybe 2 extra players are now playing Wild vs. Wild. I mean, you just saw it, boys. 5 servers just dropped in population. Well, what a surprise. What ended? Well, all the copium, all the Twitch drops. It's been an extra weeks where people have tested out all the weapons now. They tried out, they got the Wizard's Vault. They logged in. They bought all the fucking Mystic coins. They logged off again. They did their daily. They did their weekly. There you go, boys. Population's dropped again because, well, they're not active. Population went down. Now that the servers are open, population will rise again. And then suddenly, oh shit, the game's popping off, surely. Well, maybe a few players wanted to join their friends for once and they were locked down because the server's perma-full. Doesn't show that the game's suddenly alive, just means suddenly the game's enabled. Oh yeah, and also, it's like a snowball effect as well. Like, if some people start transferring, the whole fucking, they were like a flock of seagulls in this game. It's literally a flock of seagulls, bro. It's like the big migration. Like the birds fly south for the winter or whatever the fuck it is. Like you see it all the time, dude. 60 players, 30 players leave, then another 30, then another 30. It's just like literally server balance can be dictated and population changes can be dictated by and player-driven factors such as bandwagoning, boys. Oh shit, I'm minting. Let's go. Yeah, players can literally choose to transfer to servers with higher populations for better leeching. It's fucking a mega lols, dude. Better leeching, bro. Look at fucking Fort Rannick and Vavi, dude. Holy shit. Server merges. It's basically a server merge at this point, isn't it? But it isn't, because you're not taking the server with you, but you're taking the people from the server. What makes the server? It's the fucking people. So it's basically a server merge. Unintentional server merge. But it's okay. Surely, you know, after we've just had relink, all of these transfers will be fine, you know? It won't fuck everything up that Arena have just sorted out, you know? Amazing system, by the way. 100% working. Thumbs up in chat if you agree. Overall, widespread increase in server population could be interpreted as a positive indicator of the game's health, but sometimes not. Yeah, community engagement, player interest. Anyway, we're analyzing the data, and we're trying to just talk about and keep it in context with the various factors that contribute to these population changes. And yo, it's true. Like, the Wizard's Vault has been refreshed recently, which encourages people to play for better rewards. There's a legendary relic and legendary armor was introduced recently. You know, what do you think they're doing? There's Gift of Battle. There's Twitch drops. There's new weapons. There's the expansion pack. Oh, shit. Of course the fucking game's suddenly rising and population is increasing. But then give it a few weeks and look at now what's happened. A week later, the population is declining again. Well, because of all those events have ended. So anyway, bit of context behind all these thoughts is kind of useful. Refreshing Wizard's Vault was likely to incentivize players to engage more, right? And earn better rewards. You know, obtaining valuable loot and rewards from this event motivates people to log on. People returning to the game, surely, to play the game, and not just for some money. I don't know. Maybe some people log in just for gold. I mean, I log into my alts for gold. Why wouldn't you log in for Wizard Vaults? Wizard Vault's kind of cracked, kind of insane. People got long-term goals to achieve. Maybe they've already achieved them. You know, it's done, boys. They got their stuff. They got their relic. They logged into WoW vs. World for a little bit, checking out the meta. Meta's trash. Logged off again. They got 1 week of bad matchup. Oh, shit. Next week, another bad matchup. Logged off. You know? No more Twitch drops. Unlucky. Not playing WoW vs. World. Not seeing that many WoW vs. World streamers anymore. Yo, you can staff pull me all you like, bro, but you ain't going to do anything because you've got no damage, bro. You just brought a staff with you. You didn't bring any damage. I bet you even go a hammer for your secondary weapon. I bet you any money you got hammer. You're going to do no damage, bro. Yeah, you've got a hammer. I fucking knew it, dude. I knew it, you monkey. He's trying to heal his allies, surely. Even though the current meta is a stability non-strip meta, still people have no stab for some reason. They bring their non-stab build to WoW vs. World and they go, oh my god, I'm dying. Yeah, I wonder why, bro. Adapt, boys, adapt. Come back from spawn with a new build. Oh, wait, you've only got exotic gear, and you can only play your Zerker gear. Unlike, oh, well, they locked off, boys. Can't retain new players because they only have one gear set. They'll be back in a few years, boys, with their legendary. Don't you worry. Soon, TM. Is it the experience of farming gear fun in games? That's the bit, isn't it? That's the bit. How do you get these players to come back and have fun if they can't get the gear, and the gear grind is fucking not fun? Grinding gear in this game, is it easy, boys? Ah, it's kind of easy, isn't it? It's kind of easy. Is it easy to get gear in this game? Yeah, it's kind of easy, dude. It's kind of easy. You can get exotic gear. You can stat select on exotic gear. It's not that difficult. You got to play WoW vs. World, though. For badges. Unlucky. For badges and some little bit of money. So you're going to have to just keep playing your Berserker gear. Run back from spawn, bro. Persevere. Keep feeding, bro. Keep feeding. But yeah, Twitch drops offer a player additional rewards for watching streams. So it'll encourage you know, existing players and new players to participate with the community events. You know, some streamers might do some WoW vs. World. You know, WoW vs. World runs on stream. And I'm telling you to log in. You know, how many people actually logged in when I said log in? Maybe not that many. But, you know, as a whole grand scheme of things, if there's several WoW vs. World streamers, might make a little bit of a difference. We're not talking like 1% difference, but you know, it all adds up. You know, counting a few extra players in the game is an extra few players. It is what it is. That player will carry, surely, boys. He'll tag up for the realm. He'll support you. He'll banner you. Hand res you. He'll give you boons. He'll do big damage. Extra 3 players, boys, will be good. New weapons from the expansion pack as well, like fresh content, boys. Experiment with new builds. People are going to be popping off, boys. Now they've got the legendary relic. They're going to be able to theory craft new builds. Pop off with the new relic. Pick any fucking relic they want. Easy clap, dude. You know, excitement amongst the players. Log in. Also, people bringing out new videos on YouTube. That's going to incentivize people to log in. This guy's making a YouTube video with a new weapon. Holy shit, I'm going to try this build out. This looks good. Or doesn't look good. But I don't know. That's for you to decide. But yeah, combination of all of these demonstrates, you know, game development strategies will help the game grow. And if we get stuff like this in the game, it is good for the game. Maybe some of it's not going to have big impact. Maybe waste of resources and time. I guess, you know, there's nothing we can really do about that other than cope. But I don't work for ArenaNet. I can't tell them what they should be doing, but we're streaming. I can talk about it, and if they want to take note, they can. If I want to send them a message and say, yo, if you thought about doing this, I don't know. I don't think they would listen. I really don't think. I think they've got too many people talking to them, and they don't know what to listen to. But hey, maybe I'm right on some things, maybe I'm wrong on some things. But yeah, continually introducing new content, events, and rewards. GG's. It would be great for the next balance patch in a week, by the way, tomorrow, to change the meta slightly. But unfortunately, we already did a YouTube video on the balance patch preview for the 19th of March, and it's looking pretty much the same, boys. The same meta, unless a group of players decide to start using some new strategy instead of just copy pasting someone else who's been successful. If they start breaking out of the mold, thinking outside of the box, for now the meta's to stay. It is what it is. AFK China meta, Boon Ball meta is here to stay. I'm trying to think of all the points that you were talking about earlier, and I'm trying to bring them back into the conversation. The game is PPT based, KD is for noobs. Playtime for each account to calculate population, and people would just feed on purpose. I'm kind of reading chat after, like I've been talking about it for ages, so it might not, we might not like work out what the fuck is going on here. This might not be the play here. White Side Ridge has lowest activity. It barely opened after losing 70 players, 1 week max. It stays open as well. Yeah, probably. How many people transferred to White Side Ridge today, right now? What players? Anyone? X up in chat if you transferred to White Side Ridge today. Or you know people that are going to White Side Ridge. If you do know people that are going, leak it, dude. Dox them. Let's go. Like some servers already AFK before relinks. Oh yeah, that's definitely right. Like, that's another thing actually. Reeling can be bad for a reason, like for that reason. Like, if you know that you don't, like, if people, some people care about winning, right? For some reason. Wow, extra pip. I don't know, for whatever reason. Server pride, imagine. Some people care about winning, right? The matchups. But if it's reeling, does it matter if you win the matchup? Do you care? Would it make people think, it doesn't really matter. It's reeling, whatever. Like, also sometimes the matchup is like already won. So, or already lost. So people don't even log in, or they don't care to play, or does it make people, like, if they can't win, what's the fucking point? The matchup could be another 2 days and you literally cannot win, right? We could be looking at a matchup and go, wow, I'm on Fist of Woe. There's no way we can win this. We only lose. What's the fucking point in logging in? Like, but the matchup is another Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, another 4 days. But they could be thinking this literally right now. Like, what's the point? Do you know what I'm saying? Like, that's not healthy for the game. The meta is the worst it's ever been if you don't ball yourself. Matchups are won based off hours PBT. That's the state. Yeah, I was literally saying on Indo's thing in the chat, I was saying that if they... Okay, so right now, 20% of the score is made up of PPK, right? Or maybe 25% if you're on Vabi or Fortrunning. But if they doubled the points for kills... Just right now, they just did one small thing. ArenaNet could fix the game. You could get better skill-based matchmaking, and it won't be so one-sided. Just try it. Double the points. And if that's not enough, and you're still not fighting competitive servers, then triple it. Or make it, whatever the fuck it is, 2.5x. Whatever it is right now, double it, and then or 2.5 it. And you will find that you will then finally... be up against a server with a very similar KDR ratio, and they'll be likely to be a good server, and you'll be a good server, and you'll fight a similar good server. Like, I don't understand why everyone's talking about everything else when it's literally, this is the problem with the video game, the main problem. People don't want to get farmed. People don't want to farm gates. Like, some people want to farm gates. That's fine. Like, you're not going to stop them. If their server's performing well in PvP, then they can just PvP, right? They're not going to stop PvPing, but they're going to stop PvPing if they're performing badly. If they're 0.5 KDR versus a 2.7 KDR server, right? Like, matchups are unfortunately won by people being unemployed and logging in when the enemy's asleep or at work. And that's not how the game should be. Yes, you can't change that unless you change the matchup duration or the matchup time, and you have it, like, so it's instanced or it's a much shorter matchup. In prime time hours, but who dictates what prime time is? There's people that live on different parts of the world, different time zones, they have different schedules. Is that fair? Easiest fix, in my opinion, would be the KDR change, would be the PPK change. Points per kill, and they just need to, like I said, double it or triple it or whatever the fuck the number needs to be to make sure that we have skill-based matchmaking and servers that fight, servers that are capable and similar performance-wise in PvP. Called Armor a bunch of noobs earlier after they wiped in SM and they changed Borderland. I was only joking. Not really. Doesn't make sense. BG is a full server. It was open for like a week or two. German's prime time is like all night, and we have Canadian guilds at EU that blob 5 a.m. EU morning until 10 a.m. to 11 a.m. SFR loves siege, killing instead of attacking. Attack over and over till the siege is gone, then break in and wipe. I can say max 3 servers right now can fight, rest are badge. True. Therefore, that means that most matchups, the chances of having a bad matchup is fucking high. Right? Maybe BT, but they rage quit fast. Ooh. Trash talk. It's not trash talk if it's true, okay? Those are the rules. If you hide most of the team somewhere, even Deso will attack. Whoa. Holy shit. Deso attacking. Wow, rank up raid. Let's go. EBQ pop, here you go. Hold it down, SM Geronimo. Evening to you guys just joined the stream. Even if WSR can fight, are there open tags or just NG and QOP? QOP literally have all of the most kills in the game, the most veteran players in the game, I'd say. And they're all on one server, bro. Does that mean that you're going to get carried if you go to their server that they're on? No, because there's probably queues. Also, they probably won't invite you to their squad. But hey, who knows, man? Maybe you can pay them. Pay them for a carry. No, we, WSR, can't fight. Neither can any other server. Old WSR, old Vabi, or old FSB would have farmed us. That is what happens when 90% of tryhards have left the game. Even more disparity and difference between the good and the bad. Am I still reading chat from 2 days ago? Why did ANET link us with Baruch? What's wrong with Baruch, dude? Because you speak different language, bruv, and play at different times. Do you not like Baruch? Do you not speak Spanish? Just learn Spanish. New legendary armor is so ass but easy to do. Do NA like this better? Because the few people I know still silly enough to play well with Zod and EU have mostly stopped playing. People shouldn't copy other players' builds because they might play differently and not be able to use them. I mean, you can learn how to play with a build though. I know 20 plus players already transferred and soon more coming. Oh really? To Whiteside Ridge? No, a lot of guilds have either quit or taken a break because of the meta over here on NA. Okay, so they're not liking it then. It's just 40 to 50 man boom balls that are left. Log in to protect the castle. Meta is hold, stack and choke and pull all scrubs till they rage quit in this situation. Yep. You want to keep the clowns in one place, in one location. So these players, 20 players that are going to Whiteside Ridge that you know, why are they transferring? Let's think about the reasons people transfer, boys and girls. Because we did talk about it briefly, but... Okay, queue times and map access. Well... Only one Q, or maybe not even a Q on Whiteside Ridge, and they're popping off maybe with their damage, with their big KDR ratio. Maybe they have, you know, very nice map content and no Qs, you know. Why not transfer to Whiteside Ridge off of your server that you can't play on? Less congested server, access the content easier. GG's, everyone's a winner. Maybe they lost their friends, their community. Maybe that's why they're going to Whiteside Ridge to find new community. That's another reason. Server guild disbanded. Like, where's Ares players gone? Where did they go? They disbanded, guys. Did they lost most of their players? They quit the game, or did they transfer to another server to look for a new community, a new guild? I've seen Brutus in Fort Rannick Discord. Does that mean that he's on Fort Rannick now? Did he come here with the other Germans? Players often form connections, right? And some of them may have moved, so they're moving with them. Some of them may be broken, so they're looking for new connections within a new server community, and they may opt to transfer because of this, for the social experience, maybe a sense of belonging or whatever. Maybe they're bored. Who knows? This loss of community, though, can prompt players to seek out options, alternative options. Relocation. Do you think maybe it could be people transfer because of the server performance? Like, it just lacks... Oh, we said about it a little bit, didn't we? Lacks, like, tags or something. No tags. Or the matchups are bad. Like, the content, the quality is bad. Like, maybe they're on a server, they're getting farmed. They want to start winning. It could be this. Stagnant. Fails to align with the players' opinion on what's fun and what's not. Which reason is it that you transferred, boys? Maybe Whiteside Ridge has like a role-playing community and they're a bunch of role players, dude. And they love role play, dude. Yo, White Ridge is a furry server, I heard. Are they all furries? Can you confirm? Do they have furry costumes and furry in-game names? Are they all char? Do they say meow to each other and purr? But yeah, matchup imbalance is another reason. Imbalance is facing opponents either with too low or too high. Struggling to play the game. They want to leech. Overall player motivations for transferring can vary, right? We don't know exact. Yo, maybe there's a server out there that does ranger raids and they're all rangers. Maybe Whiteside Ridge is a ranger server. Okay, so what about people transfer because it's cheap and why not? What about that? Like, let's discuss the fact that transfers cost in-game gems, which you can either buy with real money or convert to, with in-game currency. Let's talk about the pros and cons of this. Like, let's discuss why ANET puts this in their game or has it in their game. Like, how they generate income. Like, how they may generate income or benefit from it. Finally, also, does it make it competitive? If you can simply pay to transfer to the winning team. Let's discuss. Is it pay to win? What server am I on for, Rannick? 50-50, double longbow, soul beast zergs. Okay, does transfer fees enable the economy? Like, does it balance the economy? Is it to promote and maintain healthy in-game economy? Like, providing a gold sink for players, for world versus world players. You can literally transfer with in-game currency because you convert gold into gems. So, it's going to cost you like 500 gold, right? Or something, maybe, to transfer. Now, to a new player, we can talk about that. To an old player, we can talk about that. Like, it has different effects or maybe has... It's more of a possibility that that could happen and the player could not be put off or might be put off depending on the cost value. But is it encouraging players to spend gems which can be purchased with real money or on transfers? Like, is it encourage... What does it encourage? The fact that it's in the game. Or does it encourage people to use in-game currency? I think it depends on the player, right? Can it stabilize prices and prevent inflation? Gold sinks are good for the game. I guess if they got rid of it, I don't know. I guess the economy may be affected. It'd be interesting to see how it has an effect on the economy, right? I wonder if it would make any difference. By imposing a cost for like server transfers, does it mean they can regulate populations effectively? Reducing the frequency of mass migrations by having a 7-day cooldown. So you can't transfer again. Like, we know what the matchup's going to be next week, right? Pretty much. So you could see the matchup and you could be like, yo, this matchup's going to be trash. So may as well transfer. Like, if they have a... You know, if there's a cost for that, does it put people off? Is that a good reason? Is that a bad reason? Like, the frequency of mass migrations and ensuring a more stable distribution of players across servers is surely the crucial part, right? To prevent overcrowding and like imbalances. But how can you say that and then have transfers? It just seems three-head to have the ability to transfer servers that often. Like, the cost is irrelevant for me. Like, it doesn't cost anything to transfer. The reason people transfer is whatever, but like having it cost something, that doesn't stop me from transferring. The only thing that would stop probably is like a new player, maybe, because they need that 500 gold for their gear and for their like builds and shit. But yeah, they earn money from it, right? They have a revenue from this. And players who wish to transfer, they got to either do something, pay something. Does it support ongoing development, maintain like costs for the game? Like, where is the money going? Does it matter? Is it worth it? Can they still achieve what they're achieving with or without it? I don't know. It's going to definitely make people consider their decisions carefully. Financial barrier for some players. Sometimes people don't like paying for stuff like that. They just feel like they should get it already. Like, their server should be balanced. The game should be balanced. I'm not paying to fix the game. Why would I transfer and leave my server to try and balance the game mode? I'm not going to leave my friends just so I can go on the other team and either win or lose or win. But yeah, in this competitive game mode that's not competitive, but ArenaNet think it's competitive. In fact, !monkey in the chat to find a link to tell you that this game mode is competitive. You'll see it's right there in plain English. The game's competitive in the eyes of ArenaNet. So you cannot multi-box in this game. So this competitive game mode, apparently, where server matchups have a significant gameplay implication, the ability to pay for transfer raises massive concern, right? About the fairness and balance of this. And you can exploit this system and to shift winning teams to winning teams and manipulate matchups, potentially undermining the integrity of the entire game. Bit of a joke, isn't it? Bit of a joke. So we're talking about how the matchups should be won, more based on KDR, getting skill-based matchmaking. But that's just part of it. There's also transfers that we need to discuss. And without stopping people from transferring, it's going to be a never-ending problem. Also, the delay in updating server population status until Mondays allows for a window of opportunity where players can transfer without immediate consequences. Like, this delay is crazy. If a large number of people transfer occurs before the update, like, and then ANET's literally limiting themselves in the ability to respond promptly to this and adjust the capacities, it's crazy to me. It's actually insane how three-head that is. And there's many three-headed other things we could discuss. Like the three-headed dragon. I'd love it if Vabi just got up and all transferred off of it. And then all the 100 people, 120 people that just transferred also have to transfer, dude. Like, that'd be funny as hell, dude. Where's my leeching train gone? Where's my friends gone that I added to my friends list that they don't even know that they're my friends, but it's okay because this is the most scuffed version of Facebook you're ever going to see in the history of fucking the histories. You can add people to a friends list, they're not even your friends, bro. They don't even have any say in it. They don't even accept the friend, they're on it, bro. Yo, you're my friend. Now I'm going to follow you to a server because you're my friend. There's people like that, they just follow people around. They're not in a guild. Nope. Not in a guild. Don't join Discord. Nope. Don't talk to them. Don't even communicate. Maybe occasionally in map chat. We did a good thing. We won a fight. Where's my server gone? Where's my friends gone? I love relink. Every relink, dude. There's always one Discord where some guy posts in Discord somewhere on some Discord. Where's my friends gone? And then someone explains it was relink and you're on the wrong server. This is your new friends now. And they link them the new Discord link. It's the fucking classic, bro. It's the classic, dude. Well, maybe check your friends list, mate. Check your friends list. If they're your friends, surely they're your friends on your friends list. You can see what server they're on. This guy's on Alone to Reach. There you go. You don't even remember the name of your friends, do you? They're not your real friends. Those 120 actually be big guild itself? No? Oof. Stalker list. Snipe list. Dodge list. A lot of people transferred to Vabi because they wanted to fight Gandara for sure. Mate, why? To fight, not big. Bag, sorry. Bag guild. Dude, Bag guild have just... They just got a bunch of casuals in that guild, bro. Why would you want to fight Bag guild? Dude, that's like me saying I want to fight the PV boss in Fractals. Instead of going hardcore fucking CM, bro. No, you're not transferring to fight Bag, by the way. That is some... What else are you going to transfer to fight again? What's on Gandara, dude? No, you're bandwagoning because you want to win for some reason. Not because of what you're fighting. It's not the content you're getting. Because the content's going to be trash, bro. It's for the community. It's for the carry. It's for the we're number one. You're not going there because there's fucking queues, are you? Imagine going Vabi, dude. I bet there's queues on every map. I have an alt account, boys. Should I play my Vabi account today? Yeah, we finally capped SM, boys. Big. Where's the enemy gun? Is Underworld good in World vs. World? No. Then again, no guild. No server's good. So, yeah, unfortunately, you just picked one of the... You picked one of the 19 bad servers. The chances were high, you know? The chances were high that you're going to pick a bad server name. You just rolled the dice, dude, and it just fucking landed on unlucky. Oh, shit, dude. You can't say that about my server. My server's the best server. But yeah, rapid and frequent transfers can fragment the player communities and disrupt the social anxiety within servers. Where have my friends gone? Players may struggle to find their friends and connections and establish their alliances when faced with the fact that they're not even friends and they're just fucking weirdos. The The sense of community and camaraderie is also an essential part, obviously, for long-term engagement. So you'll see a lot of people that play with players that they used to play with, or they play with players that they always have played with since the beginning. Like, they know them, so they play with their friends, right? It is what it is. So that fragmentation might not actually happen with certain communities. It might just be that community moves from server to server, and they all follow. Addressing the population, like, management challenges. They got to consider revising this transfer mechanic, right? To address this shortcomings of the system, like longer cooldown period, if anything, like the bare minimum. Like I don't think making it more expensive to transfer is going to make too much of a difference. But they've got to discourage the transfers, especially so soon after relink. Or there should be a limitation on maybe transfer per account as well. It is what it is, boys. It is what it is. You want to keep the integrity of the game, or do you want to upset some bandwagoners, bro, that keep transferring all the time? I don't know. You could progressively increase the transfer cost for repeated transfers within a certain time frame. That is another option. They've got to improve the accuracy of the server update, population updates as well, and that's got to be a big thing. Like this Monday thing is just not good enough. Has to be real time, like 50, 60 players, 80 players, 100 players, 1,000 players could transfer right now, and there's nothing going to stop them until the population update comes. And then they can't deal with that. Like, yeah, they're lucky. Arena are lucky that the player base don't just decide to up and leave and go to one server right now. Like, let's all go to Barrack Bay right now. Like, all of us, every single one of us. Yeah, sure, it's going to cost us some gold or buy some gems, but, yo, for the sake of making an absolute mockery of this game, which is making itself a mockery, by the way, we're just going to emphasize the fact and bring a highlight to the fact that the game is broken. And I think that it's time to make a change, boys. Let's go. I'm on a French server, boys, and I'm getting persuaded they're starting to set like cars on fire and shit over here, dude. And I might be I'm got a little moustache, boys. It might be revolution time, boys. It's time for a big revolution. You know, you can keep talking about it for so long, but you gotta back that shit up with some actions, boys. It's time, boys. We gotta go. I think we need to find an oil tycoon, and he needs to swipe and give us all gems, bro. We need 1,000. We need 1,000 gems per player to 1,000 players. Okay, could we do some maths here, boys? How many gems is that? And then we're going to transfer all of us. Used to be on foe. Guess what? I'm not. So fuck them and farm this disgusting server. They deserve no less. What the fuck? I find the competitive atmosphere of WoW World player community more appealing than comparatively sensitive nature of PV players. About transferring, I told many times to people, if you want to transfer, you should be locked there for like 2 to 4 months. You can't change server after that period of time. Also, the transferring fee should be high. On every server, transfer should be 2,000 gems. I don't know. They need to come to my stream, dude. Like, ANET needs to come to my stream, dude. Or they need to contact me, dude, because I don't know. I don't think they're playing the game. I don't think they have an understanding, man. Like, they need to be open to communicate with the player community, at least with the people that know what the fuck they're talking about. Yeah, it's hard to identify who to listen to. But I think in general, this Indo thing that he's doing on his stream every Sunday, I think in general, most of it, if they have certain people in there to influence and discuss and have a good take, then it's fine if they have some bad takers. But I think they need to recognize some of the bad takes. I feel like they're too nice on it. Like, I was listening to the podcast and I was like, they're just too nice. This guy's actually talking nonsense, bro, and no one's telling him that he's talking nonsense, and they're just like giving him the platform to talk nonsense. I mean, should that be allowed? Yeah, I guess so, but I don't know, man. Some people don't know either way. They should be told, like, this is not correct. No. Yeah, okay. I could give you a specific example. Okay, here you go. Here's a specific example. All right, this guy on this thing yesterday. He was saying Firebrand is still better than Chronomancer. You don't need to play Chronomancer. Firebrand's still better because boons. And then he said Chronomancer will only be meta instead of Firebrand if you give it more boons. More boons, by the way. This guy. Like, I said more stun breaks because literally that's the reason that you bring Firebrand is for the stun break because it has more AoE stun break, right? Right, so... But you can literally play Chronomons in a party with without a firebrand right now, because you have Heal Vindy that has stun break, you have Druid that has stun break, you have other classes in your party with probably stun break, boys. So it's not just the Mesmer. After the patch, we're even going to have more stab, because we're going to have a well which gives AoE stability. So I don't know what he's talking about, but you don't need to play fucking. You don't need to play Firebrand, by the way. You can play Chrono. Maybe after the patch, it might be tricky. We'll see. Also, guess what? You don't need any other class, because Boon Rips won't exist anymore. You won't die anymore. Just roll your face on your keyboard and do nothing. Oof. No worries, that nerf will only make a difference against 3 servers. Rest will get farmed. Yeah, true, because no one uses Stab Mantra. So, yeah. It's not a nerf, because no one even used it in the first place. True. No one's even playing it. They're playing support Dragon Hunter. Or Stability Ellie. But yeah, they need to collaborate, man, and address this shit, dude. Like, it's kind of, come on, man. It's about time, man. It's about time. How many years have we been playing this game? Like, this could have been fixed years and years and years ago. I've been saying the same thing for years and years and years. No one is listening, bro. No one is fucking listening. No one that can make a difference is listening. And the thing is, do they have somebody that can make that decision in their developer team that can confidently put the points across that I've said and ensure that it brings them value? No, because I think we should stop them from transferring. Hold on a minute, what? Yeah, I think we should make less money from transfers, but it'd be good for the... No, I don't think so. Get out, Bob. Bob's fired again. He was on his last warning, bro. I mean... And then you say, I think we should increase the points you get for killing other players. No, Bob. No, it's a PvE game, Bob. What are you talking about, PvP? Get out, Bob. So, like, it's a bit of a joke, like me saying all this stuff, honestly. They could introduce cosmetic items, like we said earlier, yeah? Like a variety of cosmetic skins, customized, like, tailored for specific Wild vs. Wild things. Armor, weapon skins, mount skins, guild hall decorations. Yo, they could bring in emotes, bro. Like, Wild vs. Wild only emotes. Like, no joke. Like, they could make loads of money from other things. They don't have to, like, feed off of transfers. Like, cringe, dude. Like, you could purchase it directly for real money. Doesn't have to be gems. I'm trying to think of something else that I was thinking of earlier that I didn't say. Oh, shit. Yeah. I remember. Yeah, they added new titles, didn't they? Ultimate Dominator 9's coming. So, suddenly we're seeing an influx of players going to servers that have high kills. Wow, that's because there's new titles to be farmed, surely. Everyone wants to get their Ultimate Dominator 9. What a surprise. The servers that are killing the most, they're having an increase in population. Is it a positive or a negative impact? It's a positive impact, isn't it? And a negative one. Positive because it gives people stuff to farm for, keeps players engaged and keeps players gaming. But it's negative because it promotes bandwagoning to the winning server, and then it just increases the imbalances in population and skill-based population. They could organize special events and tournaments and competitions, like exclusive stuff, unique rewards. But whenever they do this, the skins are always either bad or the rewards are either bad. Like, but then again, it's only going to be even worse then if there's better rewards. Like right now, the rewards are like an in-game title that's going to take you forever to do. Is that going to be enough for most players to incentivize them to transfer? No. So it isn't going to be a crazy problem, but it will affect the game a little bit. But you got to be careful not to promote too much bandwagoning. But then again, if you gave people better rewards, but you managed the population and managed sure that they couldn't bandwagon and it was locked down, then everyone gets the rewards and no one feels bad about it because no one's trying to cheese the game mode. Like consumable items maybe could be good. I was thinking about this, like consumable items to balance the game, but I don't know. Like you have auras and shit, but maybe if you're like the outnumbered buff, maybe they boost that, they boost your stats and stuff, but then some guy's gonna cry that's roaming and he comes up against an outnumbered roamer and the roamer just farms him. So but I don't know, that's kind of a scuffed version of what I was thinking. There's so many things they could do to this game mode, but the population and the transfers is such an issue. It's crazy. Like they keep partnering, doing third-party deals with like some coffee company, or they keep bringing out like skins and stuff on the gem store. Like, what's on the gem store, dude? Let's have a look. Holy fucking shit. There's a new goddamn cape, bro. Like, unless this cape stops me transferring, bro, this cape's kind of useless for Wild vs. Wild. Yeah, if I buy this cape, do you think the developer of Wild vs. Wild is getting any... Yo, this guy just bought a cape from the gem store. Now you can work another 1 hour on that world restructuring, bruv. Surely. Yo, it's time to get a premium membership for Wild vs. Wild, boys. They need to start subscription Wild vs. Wild only, dude. And then that money can go towards an arena dev that has like an IQ, dude. Like, they can hire somebody. Yo, hire me. I'll do it. Do it for a small fee. So we're considering transferring, right? Consider that maybe 500 gold to transfer, right? And I was talking about if you're a veteran player or a new player, okay? Veteran players who've amassed a significant amount of in-game currency. Like, what else are you buying, bro? You've got all the legendaries. You've got fucking giga gold, dude. You farmed the fucking economy. You farmed all this shit. You know how to play the game. You know how to make money. Like, nothing. It costs nothing to transfer, right? So if you've been playing the game for an extended period, you've accumulated a massive amount, huge amount of gold. And then transfer fees do not serve any deterrent to transfer. So it's a non-factor. So anyway, then consider it's a new player, right? New players, they've had limited in-game resources, finding the potentially impossible to farm gold, and they have to focus on acquiring the essential items and upgrades for their account, right? So for these guys, transfer fees may represent a more significant investment and relative to their experience, knowledge, available income. So they're gonna be hesitant. If not, they're not even gonna transfer at all. They probably won't even know about it. Do they even know about transfers? That's the other thing. Like, do they even know? Do they care? Maybe. Like, are new players transferring? Are they swiping, bro? Maybe, because like they want to get their things, dude, and they can't get it on a certain server. No tag. Any tag? People are doing hidden tags more and more, right? I'm seeing hardly any open tags. What's happening to the game mode, bro? Like, people logging in, don't see a tag, logging off, bro. Or they transfer, or they're asking on Reddit, and they're going, my server's dead. And then everyone's, like, telling them to, like, join Discord and shit, like the usual, you know? New players may prioritize getting their gear and upgrades, but maybe they can't get their gear and upgrades. It's a vicious circle, because they're on a bad server. So, they can't transfer, they don't know, they can't get the gear, they just log off, bro. Like... So again, what could they do? What can they do to stop this negativity, these negative impacts? You know, the different financial impacts of transfer fees on veteran and new players highlight the importance of accessibility, and they can't access the game. They're not included in the game. There's no fucking tag, bro. Unlucky barrier to entry the game and to enter the game. Disadvantage game mode. Feels bad, man. Feels fucking bad, dude. Feels like raids, bro. Can't even get a raid. It must be... Feels NA, bro. Can't even get into a raid, dude. Fucking Raid Shadow Legends is the only raid they can join. Yeah, influencing a strategic decision, making both veteran and new players based on transfer fees. It's like, developers, hello. You got to consider all this. Why haven't you? Why am I talking about it? Why am I talking about your job that you're supposed to be doing? I don't get paid enough. Okay, fair enough. It's just bad, isn't it? Just fucking bad. Vabi has the most kills this week, boys. Vabi's got the most kills this week, boys. So let's go. Let's go. Let's transfer there, boys. Let's transfer. 29,670. I want my ultimate dominator 77. Let's go, boys. Surely. Raises massive concerns, boys. Exploitation. Kill count discrepancy. Trash, dude. Trash. New titles. Incentivized tied to kill counts. Oh shit, dude. Suddenly ArenaNet are gaming, bro. They earn some big money from those transfers. This is creating a self-reinforcing cycle where servers with high kill counts attract more players seeking to earn these titles, and it's just population dynamics is fucked. It's skewed, bro. I can't say fucked on YouTube. I'm gonna have to edit that. And then yeah, it's pretty bad, guys. It's pretty fucking bad. Yo, I'm gonna log off soon, boys. We got stone mist. We won. We won the game. Yo, they need to come and reassess the mechanics of all this stuff that they put in the game, man. Because I don't know, man. I don't know. Also, is it healthy to put in the game these titles, man? Ultimate Dominator 9, bro. What the fuck, dude? That's kind of fucking disgusting. Not gonna lie, that's disgusting. Sure, some people played the game for years and years and years, but still, that's not fucking healthy, bro. Surely they're all streamers, guys. All big streamers, Twitch streamers, guys. They're doing it. They're getting paid every day, bro. Surely. God damn. They need to introduce measures to regulate the devs that they're hiring, bro. I swear to God. Never mind introduce measures to regulate server populations at this point. That's copium. You know what I was talking about, guys? Everything that Indo and all those guys were talking about yesterday, it was pointless, and they should be talking about the things that I've been talking about. No. In fact, I'm wrong. We need to regulate the devs, dude, that are getting hired, bro. Holy fucking shit, dude. It's getting a bit overcrowded. Too many devs in the kitchen, bro. But not one of them can fucking cook. Unlucky. Fuck's sake. Food burnt, bro. Time to order Uber Eats, dude. Yo, can we hire outside, guys? Can we get a new chef? Yo, we got a new chef. His name is... No, we didn't. Did you see John Cena with on the Oscars, bro? I didn't see him. Did you see the dev? Didn't see him. It's John Cena's the dev, bro. Sure. Sure about it. Anyway, we've been navigating the dynamics of server population in WoW as well, the challenges, the strategies, and the impacts it has. Yeah. One more thing, boys, to talk about. What was the other thing that someone said earlier? I need to talk about it. Someone said something earlier. I can't remember. Foe is number one. Yeah, number one as in at the bottom. Yeah. Make Wizards Vault account bound and wait for the crying. Oh, damn. Account bound Mystic Coins. Yes. Gold is extremely easy to get since Wizards Vault. Yeah. True. Well, Wizards Vault subscription, aka Pip Booster. 2 pips until the first diamond chest. Then after it's 1.2 times pips. They need to make tournament based monthly based in Wizard. More fights focused scoring. Add Gizmo. Oh, damn. GVG first winner Gizmos. Ultimate Dominator 3 on first day. They need to collab with Fortnite, Guild Wars 2 to fix the game mode. What the fuck? Basics matchmaking, loot rewards, population activity. We need new developers which understand the core mechanics of the game and play. I literally just said this. Do they have someone who read forums? Giving this to higher developers? No, they have enough people to maintain this dog shit game and couldn't even laugh when people will leave WoW Resort all at once, and it won't do anything to prevent it. It's pretty crystal clear what is right and wrong in this game mode. Here they're focusing on balance patch that do nothing, by the way. Yeah, let's make a skill 0.01 less damage. True. Yo, chat's based as fuck today. Q skip. What? What with the subscription? Oh no, bro. Yeah, imagine, dude. You subscribe to something, dude, and you can get in Q skip. VIP pass, bro. Fucking hell. Gold is easy to get since Wizards Vault. Before it was a lot harder, yeah. Make Wizards Vault even better, I say. Let's lower the price of stuff. Lower the economy. Where's my country gold? I think people should play enough hours to be considered an adult in Guild Wars 2 before doctors should let them transfer. Okay, that's a good one, dude. There'd be a lot of AFK adults in the game. Okay, that's pretty good. Let's all transfer to tier 1 server and leave tier 3, tier 4 so nobody plays there. Oh my god. Not best KD in 4? Can't be my server. I want to see what ANET would do. I do too, man. Honeymoon already at 2.3 million kills. Holy shit. If I take into all of my counts into consideration, I probably have like 1.5 mil, I think. Maybe 1.7. Bez coming back surely for that. How much they paid Cena to do that? What? Get naked? Yeah, I know, right? What the fuck? The man didn't even show up. He's a floating placard. I love all the comments saying, "Why is there a card floating across the screen, dude?" It's the classic John Cena memes, man. Why is there sandals moving by themselves? What was he wearing sandals for, by the way? Fucking cringe, dude. Cena squats 500 pounds. Yeah, I mean, I saw his ass. He's a squatter for sure. Otherwise, that chocolate that he's been in just goes straight to his ass. Oh my god, dude. Anyway. Oh yeah, I remember now. You guys said about why am I linked with Barrack Bay? Okay, I'll tell you why you're linked with Barrack Bay is because ANET think it's funny. Unfortunate. The lack of significant changes in population to the only Spanish server. Also, he said about why Spain, Barrack Bay population hasn't changed since 2019, by the way. You know why? I'll tell you why. It speaks Spanish. Breaking news. Spanish server speaks Spanish. Spanish-speaking player base on EU server may have a strong sense of community and identity. Yeah, they identify as Spanish people, leading to stable population levels over time. Yeah, because there's no other Spanish server. Where does a Spanish player come from? Spain. Where does he go to? A Spanish server. Breaking fucking news. Oh yeah, and do you think Guild Wars 2 is popping off in Spain right now? Do you think more Spanish people are logging into Guild Wars 2? No, they aren't, clearly. They're not leaving. Or maybe they are leaving, maybe they're coming. So that's why it's literally not changed. Also, we realised that the threshold for a server population status change is probably massive and probably maybe flexible and dependent on whether a dev feels like he's having a good day or a bad day. Yo, should I unlock Whiteside Ridge and make it very high? Nah, fuck 'em. Right, anyway, GG's. Cultural considerations. Maybe, you know, maybe they identify it to the Spanish culture and they prefer to communicate in, guess what? Spanish, the fucking language, bro. Maybe more inclined to choose the Spanish server. Anyway, I think that's enough talking about Spain, surely. Maybe it's a reputation thing. Maybe it's like an insult if a Spanish man goes to a fucking another country. Maybe the Spanish people are just poor, guys. Maybe that's what it is. Spanish people are poor. They can't afford to transfer, bro. They're stuck in Spain. Help them. Help them. They can't get a passport. They can't leave. Anyway, dude. I think that pretty much covers everything. I hope you enjoyed the discussion today. I'll try and edit out all the bullshit. I'll keep in some memes. Chat, you were well behaved today. Good job not spamming the fucking TTS. Oh, holy shit. I turned it off by mistake. Unlucky. TTS back on. No hablo Spain. No hablo TTS. Now we just post this video in the official forums and we watch the community go wild and the devs take some big decisions on what they do with Wild vs. Wild.